Hey everybody, Y-Duck here with another replay, this time on Newkirk Precinct. And in the bottom left, spawning as the red Protoss, we've got the mysterious Barcode. Doo-doo-doo. And currently, he's actually #1 on the North American ladder. So whoever this player is, he's really good, or maybe a woman, she's really good. This person is really good. And in the bottom right, spawning as the blue Zerg, we've got Carnage. And this probe from Mr. Barcode is putting down a pylon at his natural ramp and now is going to be darting over to Carnage's base to see what is going on in his neighbor's neck of the woods. And I'm really curious who this Barcode character is. It could be anybody. It could be a Korean. It could be an actual North American. But whoever it is, if you get the #1 Grandmaster on any league of any region, you must be good. And the probe is now going to be able to see Carnage's base. No structures are currently up. And Carnage will be going for a spawning pool first. And the probe is just waiting outside of Carnage's natural, trying to possibly block a hatchery. The drone is going to do some damage, and it looks like the drone is trying to plant a hatchery down, but he doesn't even have 300 minerals left, so this is a good move by Carnage, pretending he needs to put down the hatchery. It'll give Mr. Barcode a sense of accomplishment when he doesn't even have 300 resources. And so the probe is finally going to have to go away. A hatchery is planted. Barcode is getting his own with the forge. So Barcode is anticipating a long game. And sometimes people ask, why do people like to have barcodes as account names? It's quite simple, really. Players do not want other players to know what kind of build orders they have, what kind of strategies they have. So this person could be the best player in the world currently, could be Innovation. And Innovation, well, Innovation doesn't play Protoss. Let's say it's Parting. Parting doesn't want other players to know his build orders, so he's going to pretend to be just this Mr. Barcode guy, and then nobody will know. So it's very understandable why players do not want other players to know who they are, so they use the Barcode name. And now no one is the wiser. Carnage is getting his third up as well. He only has Zerglings available, and he has no extractors, so he doesn't have speed yet. And this is interesting. He's able to scout everything in Barcode's base, so he knows there's not going to be really any counter pressure. The cybernetics core is not even completed yet, as Barcode went for the Nexus expansion first. So this is going to be a heavy macroeconomic game. As both players are just macroing up, they're building lots of drones. And probes. And the first Zealot is going to be able to scout that Zergling. The Zergling has to get out of there. One more chop, and there we go. We've got Zergling pie for dinner. So that's the first unit lost. So technically, Barcode is in the lead by 25 resources, but I don't think that's an accurate gauge of what is going on here. Barcode is getting +1 weapons, so he's going to have the upgrade advantage for a small amount of time. He's also getting a robotics facility behind this. And finally, this Zealot is going to engage more and more Zerglings. He's microing like a fiend, able to chop down 2 Zerglings. Can he get the 4th? No. And now Resources Lost says, yes, Carnage is ahead by 25 resources. In the grand scheme of things, that's probably not going to affect much. And Barcode is getting more and more sentries out. This sentry is picking off at this very slow overlord. He's going to be able to scout all these gateways and the robotics facility. So Carnage knows exactly what is going on. Carnage is getting a Roach Warren behind this, and it looks like the Overlords might be able to escape. The one in the north is able to escape. The one in the main is gonna go pop. And there we go, lots of guts. I don't know where all those guts went. And +1 weapons is almost complete. Carnage is getting Zergling speed, but now Barcode does have a window here where the Zealots can two-shot Zerglings. I don't see any Zealots in production, so he's not going to take advantage of it that way. And Immortal is half complete, and he's also got Twilight Council, an interesting choice. And the Warp Drive is zooming over to Carnage's base, but he's actually going to stop halfway. Carnage is able to see the Warp Drive. This Zealot is going to get two-shotted, so the upgrade advantage there is easily apparent. And Carnage is getting ready for the drop. He's pulling lots of Zerglings over to the left side of his main, as he suspects this Warp Prism is not just going to stop there indefinitely. And he would be right about that, as the Warp Prism is now darting into his main. The Roaches are ready, but the Queen has to be careful. Doesn't want to get surrounded by the Zealots. And at the same time, there is a counteroffensive by a huge pack of Zerglings of about 20, looking around for expansions. There is no third from Barcode, so Carnage is going to run back to base. The War Prism is still looking for a place to land. Carnage says, Puck? Question mark. Well, it could be Puck. But whoever this is, Puck or not, he's focusing on this War Prism. He's not going to answer just as of yet. And +2 weapons is almost, or halfway complete. +1 armor is almost complete for the Zerg. So for a small window, upgrades are going to be even. But there's a huge offensive here. We've got 3 Immortals, 3 Stalkers, and a buttload of Sentries. And those Zerglings are trapped between 5 force fields, so great pick-off by Barcode, able to destroy all those Zerglings for nothing. And this is going to be a huge problem for Carnage. The offensive train is moving out for Barcode. Can Carnage hold off here? He has lots of Roaches, and the supplies say that he's got 50 supplies more than his opponent, but that can be deceiving as Roaches take up a lot of supplies. Time Warps both go down, but they're not that effective. Only able to catch 1 Roach. So not the best use of energy from that Mothership Core. And here's the push. And now the 3rd hatchery of Carnage is under attack. And great force fields are blocking off reinforcements, and now they have to go around to the backside. And more force fields going down, but the Roaches have almost a complete surround. They're doing significant damage. The force fields are not doing very much. The Immortals are all finished, so now it's just gateway units versus Roaches. More Zealots are being warped in here behind by the Warp Prisms. The Stalkers are able to scare away this complement of Roaches, and now the 3rd is being focus fired on, and this 3rd hatchery is not going to survive from Carnage, and now he has to escape. So great pickoff by Barcode. Those Broodlings, oh, not able to destroy that Zealot. And you have to remember, he's very aggressive. He has +2 weapons, but he doesn't even have 1 armor upgrade. He's just going for weapon upgrades. And like I said, there's a small window here where Barcode's upgrades are ahead of Carnage is trying to do everything that he can. The Zerglings are firing on all these, or the Roaches are firing on all these Stalkers. The War Prism is now going to have to get out of here with that Mothership Core. And what I'd like to see really is maybe some Queens in this composition. Queens have very good range against air units, and this War Prism is just reinforcing this line with no danger to itself because all Carnage has are Roaches and Zerglings. And no Immortals are coming out. Another Time Warp goes down, able to trap out most of the units. Actually, drones are being pulled off the main line. Roaches are in the middle, trying to fire out all their acid spit on the Stalkers. The Stalkers are blinking back. Great control by Barcode. The Stalkers are right in the face of the Stalkers and doing significant damage. At the same time, that War Prism is still sitting there reinforcing right in front of their faces, and the Roaches can do nothing. All they can do is stare, but this is not a good trade for Barcode. The Roaches are not nearly as expensive as Stalkers, and they're doing much better damage per mineral spent, and more Roaches are joining the fray, but it looks like Carnage is going to have to pull back here. Supplies have dropped a lot for Carnage. He had a significant advantage before, but now he's actually 10 supply behind. So Barcode has gained a huge momentum shift, and it's because Carnage's third went down. He wasn't able to continuously macro up, and he still has no drones there. And now all these Zerglings and Roaches are cut off by force fields, so more units are picked up for free. Bye-bye, Overlord. This Mothership Core is also getting free shots on it. It only has 3 kills, but it's annoying, and this rally point by Carnage has lost 2 Roaches for the cost of nothing. More Stalkers are warping in. Another Time Warp goes down. Drones are being pulled off again. And Carnage is going to have to GG as Mr. Mysterious Barcode is able to win here on Newkirk Precinct. That Immortal push was very effective, was able to eliminate the hatchery, and then it put Carnage in a very difficult economic position, and he just rode the momentum all the way through, and finally, he came out victorious. So good job, Mr. Mystery Guy, whoever you may be. Didn't even answer the question if he was Puck or not, but I will see you guys next time.